Hey.
Just wanted to introduce you to our new therapist here on site.
One sec, one sec. He's super friendly.
Oh, beautiful too.
Yeah, he's real friendly, but I've never actually had him come out.
Christina.
Hi, nice to meet
You
you.
as well. Anyway, yeah, I just want to come stop by, say hi, introduce myself. I'm going to be the new therapist on site, so I'm going to be here on Wednesdays. So if you want to even just hit the ground running today, come stop by. We can chat a little bit too. But if you'd like to see each other more regularly on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, I have to fill out some paperwork, get you into the system, and then we can get going.
Yeah, I have a psychotherapist I talk to every Thursday through the cancer center, the UCSF
That's
Cancer
awesome.
Center.
How's that going?
And because I was on hospice for like 16 months, and basically it took my will to live away. Okay, like we could just say it right here in this sentence, you know, in terms of therapy. Or, like my RV is my marriage to my husband, and it being broke down is like a continued grief because it broke down. Squeeze. So, getting it fixed they're starting on Friday with the leaf springs, and like that's the beginning of hopefully the path back to the life that we lived in RV parks. Like that's been, you know, the whole Frida, the lady I talked to on Friday, says that's my will to live.
Well, it's your metaphor, you know. Like if when your RV is stuck, you're stuck.
All right, and I'm just deteriorating my health wise. You know, like the cancer stuff is just there. You know, it's 4 years now, so I feel like I'm in one of the percentile that just doesn't kill. Like there's like a huge swath of women that don't get killed by it. Like they go on for like 15 years. So my husband passing, it's been 4 years now, but I'm still there. I'm still stuck in it because the RV's where it's at. So, and it looks terrible. Like it's not able to get into an RV park at this point. So, like I'm realistic, you know?
Yeah, you see, you're aware of what your dilemmas are here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
and I'm very, very like conscious of time ticking, and I don't really, you know, take it out on anyone. I have 3 kids that support me, and my oldest daughter brought me the car, the minivan when the other one broke down, and you know, so I can go do stuff, and that really helps. And I'm just really, really like, this is my lifestyle. This is my First Amendment right to live this way. And San Francisco criminalizes it and doesn't give any room in the general land use plan or let mom and pop operations. Oakland started doing that a couple years ago in the pandemic, where they let mom and pop types operations of 1 or 2 RVs in their yards, depending on the right size, right? But, you know, I don't know. I'm mildly terrified of the future. You know, like I feel like I'm going to live, and I have to, you know, like I've got to get this somewhere and movable, and you can't get into an RV park without it looking a certain way if it's older, and it doesn't look that way. You know, and yeah, it's a real practical thing, but it's so wrapped up in my husband. We're 27 years married and always on the road traveling, and or living in RV parks, you know. And he went at the beginning of the pandemic in a really traumatic way. The RVs wouldn't start, and we were in a campground in Sacramento County, real remote. And the rangers just turned into brown shirts, fascists, and kicked us out of the park without our RV in our car, which was a different car at the time. And they were going to take my husband because he had liver cancer and put him in a home without me. And the pandemic had just started, And I went straight to court and declared elder abuse in Sacramento County and went, what are you doing? And they kept us in, we were like the pre-project room key type of people, right? But it was then, that went on for 3 months as he declined, and it was because we were without our home, period. And that's why I fight so hard for it. It'll just, I have to have it.
Well, homes are more than just, where you sleep at night. That's your safety, that's your security, that's where you feel most
He's alive in there. I've got his ashes there, but he's alive in there. Like, even being out here talking to you is difficult. And the beauty is, the good thing, the positive thing, okay, is that when the mechanic did get it started right off, ran for 20 minutes, ran out of gas, and didn't sputter, didn't anything, got the gas back in it, restarted it, ran, it purrs, it starts, moves, went forward, backwards, and there is the issues back here with the leaf springs, which we hope Friday will, I was just coming out here to start moving stuff away from it so he could get to work. There's other things it needs to get it to the point where it can be smogged. And my son's going to drive it to the smog place for me.
Okay.
I'm not super confident of it until I get it. It's got to be brought up, and yeah, that's me. And all wrapped up in this one RV.
Well, you have a pretty keen self-awareness of where you are, what's going on.
I am so litigious. Okay, like I'm a writer, a wordsmith is what I call it, and my lifestyle has been attacked since 1998 by the city of San Francisco CPS. Went to war, kept them in a school bus. The city took legal custody, but my husband and I kept physical custody of the kids. Had supervision for 3 years, sitting on the beach in Golden Gate Park in a school bus. So yeah, I'm very aware of how the city disdains, discourages, criminalizes, I've written a couple of 3 books that I've self-published about it. The most recent one, it's like a case book for lawyers, and I did it like 10 lessons of why you can't criminalize people who live in vehicle dwellers, which got the interest of a reporter who has written a couple of things about it and me and so forth. So that's been encouraging. That's been better therapy than just about anything.
Sure, it's validating.
Very much.
That your fight is not going on deaf ears.
Yeah, it is. And so okay, it's horrific if we don't have a solution. And I know legally the steps required to make that solution happen, or I think it would happen, in my opinion. And I'm exhausted from the stress. Okay. I'm more than happy to talk to you at any time about it. I don't know. I'm very very litigious. I already started some court paper. Okay. Gentle court paper. Just a question. All I did was go to court and ask the question for me and 25 other people, 23 other people. Are we tenants? Paper over here. The law over here says we are. Now, city just filed 22 pages. About 3 pages of law. Why I'm wrong. One of my daughters said, "Oh, that's interesting how much time they spent on you." But it does come down to something so simple. That's why I asked a simple question. If we're tenants, a lot of things would change. Most of everything would be fixed. So, it's an important question. I think it's a good question for a woman who's dying of cancer to have enough time to ask, They jumped the court. I thought it was going to be June 26th, but they yanked it back to March 27th. So
It's coming up soon.
oh yeah, I've got like 3 days to answer rebuttal.
Goodness, yeah.
So and it's very in sociology it's called othering. You know, the way it was written, and that's to be expected.
Sure.
You know, the beauty of it is I didn't file for anything but the answer to that question, and I want to get out here. Okay. I don't know. I've fought with this city for so long. I feel like it's just. I know a better way. I know how this I can do it. And while I do present very, I don't know how I present, but I do talk and I do write and I do file paper and I do observe and so on and so forth. I know my constitutional rights backwards and forwards. The problem with constitutional rights is they don't do you any good until they've been violated. Okay. And then you gotta have the stamina to go and get them. You know, otherwise we'd still be having slaves, right? Okay, people would be scared, you know. I mean, but as it is, there's ADA access in every courthouse in the country, which is what I tell everyone. So, my job is to empower people. I feel like I feel great about just going to get started. I'm a little upset about the fact it's taken 18 months. Why wouldn't I be? It's in a very toxic location. Okay, like that's my first. Everything I have is with the city. My issues are entirely with the city. Okay, so sorry if I'm keeping you out here in the cold, but I don't want to be. You know, you did say come to the office and fill paperwork out.
That's the eventual.
But I got cancer real bad, and I'm super stressed. Even working on it, stressing.
Right, because it sounds like it's giving you two things. Like obviously, it's like this is your devotion to fight this cause, and in one part, it makes you feel empowered to do so. And that, like, of course, here's this thing I'm passionate about, so therefore I must. In times of the essence, but at the same time, of the other side of the coin, it's giving you a lot of stress and causing.
Yeah, and I'm really like the reply from the city was so incredulous that I would even ask for something like new used RVs for people instead of repairing them. Not mine. I want mine repaired because this is mine and my husband's had it for 12 years. It's not even on the inside what it looks like outside. Okay, but other people, what a simple solution. It's not rocket science. True. And the city is acting like I just walked right up and grabbed them by the short hairs. Like, how dare you? I was accused of trying to change policy by court fiat. I'm so proud. I mean, thank you. You got that much, right? Okay, this is San Francisco. This is what activist judges do here. I can't even, I can't even say how funny that is to me personally. I'm exhausted, I'm exhausted. I insisted on my car being here because I'm so upset about the way the man died over there, Mr. McKay. Like, this has been 5 days now, and the man who was in charge here before, Luke Reed, wouldn't allow any cars, the lady in the wheelchair over there. And I cannot tell you how much better I feel having my car. I literally have enough energy to come out here and put the junk in here and take it, drive it to the thing and get rid. I got a whole pile of junk right there I'm just gonna throw away. Okay, but in the middle of the night, out here dark, it was pouring down rain. Nobody heard him. He was out here in the dark. If he'd have had his vehicle right there, okay, he could have got in it and honked the horn. He could have, like, for me, I have cancer. I have the cold is an issue. The stress is an issue. Isolation is an issue. So having my car here is so
extra security.
Beneficial to me as a woman, too, because my car was parked there previously, and they were going to put a lane, and if they'd have done it, he might have saved his life. What do I know? God only controls those things. But the man was disabled, elderly, with a cane, had a heart attack in the rain, in the dark. Now Curtis is forever traumatized. But thank God he was there, so the man did have some, the paramedics did come, and they were able to, like that happened. That was what I kept telling him and reassuring him. I'm just shaking. I just want to leave. Now, other people want to sue and they want to get this and they want to do that. And that's perfectly valid because that's the American way. That's not how it works in the world of nonprofits. It's not how it works in the world of immunity in court to do these things. All you guys are like actors for the king, so to speak, in court. You have an immunity that's damn near equal to a cop. Okay? That doesn't mean that things can't be made to happen or da-da-da-da-da. I'm not interested in that. I'm really just interested in making the rules change quickly